What's up, guys? It's Crash, and DICE gave us a development update for Battlefield 2042. I wanted to talk about a little bit, run down what they said, kind of sprinkle in my thoughts and opinions in there, and then please hear from you guys down below in the comments. I really enjoy reading the comments. Let me know what you think of all this. If you're excited about it, if it didn't really move the needle much for you, or where you're at on all this stuff. We will be live tonight really quickly, 5:45 p.m. Central for the Scope, the live FPS news show with Buffner Gaming. It's going to be a lot of fun, and some of this stuff could come up there. I could also love to hear your thoughts in chat when we're discussing that on the live show. So anyway, what they talked about was season 2 information and reveal is coming later this month. They did tease the map, which we'll get to a little bit later in the video. They did show some images of what I believe to be the new map. So yeah, we'll get into that. But season 2 reveal is going to be later in this month, and honestly, it's going to have to be pretty soon because there's not a lot of time left in this month. So in the next week or two, we should hear what's coming for season 2. But it was confirmed to be one new map. We'll talk a little bit about that later as well. What I wanted to get into first was the future for specialists. And you guys know that I've been pretty critical of their communication when it comes to specialists. After the map feedback loop, we were promised a core feedback loop on specialists where we could give our opinions, and there was going to be a specialist rework. That didn't happen. They didn't tell us why. They didn't tell us they're not doing it anymore. So I was a little bit frustrated with that lack of communication. But now we know kind of what they are thinking of doing with specialists. They are moving them into class categories, into classic categories, and basically from what I can tell is there might be some traits I didn't see for sure that go along with the classes themselves, but they are splitting up the gadgets to go in their respective classes and then putting the specialist in the categories. These are what the categories are thinking. I'll put those up on the screen. So it doesn't really change a whole lot. You still have the specialists, you still have their gadgets and their traits and stuff like that. You get all the stuff that comes along with the specialist, but any move towards the classic class system is a good one, in my opinion. The vast majority of the community wants just a normal class system like we've always had. So this is a good move. It's not where I want it to be. I'm like most of you, where I just wish we just had normal class system like Battlefield, where a nameless, faceless soldier and a giant war machine were just one cog, just trying to do our job. But we have specialists, and this is better in my opinion, since we're stuck with them for the rest of this game at least. They're doing more visual updates to the specialists, making them look more ragged, war torn, and stuff like that. Like they've been through it a little bit more. Again, the first ones they did with like Boris and stuff, I played a few games of the new season, and I really couldn't tell a difference in gameplay. You can't really see. I mean, they just smudged up their faces a little bit. Cool. I mean, that's good. It helps with immersion in the menus and stuff, but I really couldn't see it in game too much. Maybe I'm wrong there and you guys have a different opinion. They are doing more of those visual updates, so that's okay, I guess. It really doesn't change much gameplay wise. Vault weapons are coming to the game. They're going to be adding those from older games, starting with the M16 and an LMG, and they're slowly, we've been told for a while now that they're going to add portal weapons to All Out War. So I think that's a good thing, I guess. It's more variety. It's kind of sad that we don't get, you know, the futuristic time prudent weapons, you know, that go along with the time period of 2042. We don't get new weapons to fill it out, because there is still a severe lack of weapons in this game, in my opinion. It's kind of sad that they're just bringing back old ones from Portal. I would like to see new futuristic weapons that match the time period of 2042, but that's just me. What do I expect in a live service? Yeah, right. So then they're still working on the existing map reworks. I like to call it map finishes. It looks like they're finishing the maps. They're really adding cover, finishing textures, making them look war torn, filling in the interiors. So they are finishing the renewal map. We knew that. We've already seen some stuff like that, but we got a little bit of a bonus that said, I think later in season 2, we're going to see the orbital rework. So I think that's really cool. That's one of the biggest, more open first map we played in the beta. So they're finally going to get to finish in that, which I think is good. One of my biggest problems with the map reworks or finishing the maps was the pace. With Modern Warfare 2 looming on the side, on the horizon, they need to get this game playing well. And I think adding cover and stuff to the maps and finishing those out is the best way to make the game play better. So we're going to see more of that with Renewal and Orbital. Again, it's still going to be at this pace towards the end of the game's life cycle and next year before we see all the maps finished, but it is what it is. It's a better pace than it was. I was a little taken aback when I saw the orbital fly over. You could see like LOD drawing problems with the foliage on the trees and stuff, and I'm like, if you're gonna, showcase a map and try to make it look pretty, you think you'd at least render in everything. That was a little weird. I just noticed that and I was like, holy cow. There is going to be one map for season 2. They did tease that a little bit. Here is what I believe to be images of them fighting inside, and then here is the last slide where they showed an overall view of the map, and it looks pretty open. In my opinion, looks like to be only one kind of structure, which is the ship in the middle. And then one thing you might have missed that they did say was, moving forward, it sounds like that's going to be all we're going to get. In the video, she said upcoming season we'll get a similar amount of content, so that means one map more than likely, a specialist, a battle pass. She did say more in Portal, so hopefully they can add some older content to Portal. But anyway, it sounds like there is a potential that we will only see one map for the alleged 4 seasons. So there could be a case where we see only 4 new maps in a game where we were promised a robust live service. So that is a little bit of a downer in my opinion. I think maps are really important for replayability of multiplayer first-person shooter games. Just having one map a season is really rough and borderline not acceptable for me for the price that many of us paid for this game. But yeah, she did say that future seasons would have a similar amount of content so they could work on quality. I'm not sure if that's the right way to phrase that when we used to always get 4 maps per DLC. This is going to be, if that is the case, 2042 is going to be the lowest map count by leaps and bounds of any Battlefield game. And if you ask me, the quality of those previous games were just fine. So anyway, that was a little weird for me and a little bit of a sad note to end on, but I appreciate you guys watching the video. Comment below if this stuff gets you excited. If not, we'll see you on the next one.